viewers out there, you're welcome once again to Sport Hobby Extra as we continue our coverage of the ongoing Afcon 2023. My name is Akpa Acho Salifisman, also in studio with welcome to today's edition of the program. Thank you, Akpa. We begin straight from a review of yesterday's matches. Interesting matches went down yesterday indeed. Because first off was Cape Verde against Mauritania, and just like we had predicted here, for me, I, I didn't even think Mauritania were going to even be that tough. Exactly, he had to take a late minute goal for Cape Verde, which was a penalty for them to make it to the quarter final. But this one for Mauritania, putting up a very good performance, and that was really a painful defeat for that goal coming in, because the way the match was going, at the point I felt it was going to go down to penalties.
Yeah, it was extra time. Yet the Mauritanians actually give a good account of themselves yesterday. Clearly justify their progressions to the round of 16. In Korea, one of the best losers, one of the best losers of the group stage. But their performance yesterday proved that they were not just one of the number that make up the number of the team for the tournament, and they actually justified their qualification for the tournament, and then actually making that they were not just in Cote d'Ivoire to make up the number, and it was just I saw it was just in luck from Canadian to have escaped and then progression to the round of 8 in the quarterfinal, and obviously the Canadian in as much as they deserve their qualifications, but so far they have put in a fantastic performance. That never deserve it. The Cape Verde actually did the top fight yesterday, and I also commended the veteran striker, the player, for taking the challenge. Because so sometimes in a very difficult match like that, when you get the penalty, you have seen several tenures of players trying to dodge. Not to take that responsibility to take up the kick, and they are making the score. They got the penalty. A lot of the Canadians are making a escape that who is going to play. But the veteran striker and being one of the best players on the team, pick up that challenge and to go to his feet, and God was on his side, and he was able to put the ball into the net, and then they send the Canadian to the round of the quarterfinal.
And just like you said, talking about penalties, lots of times when you miss these kind of crucial penalties, sometimes you become a scapegoat. You become public enemy number one. The whole country.
Yes.
You become the enemy of the whole country.
Yes.
We remember what happened to the likes of Saka, Rashford,
at the Euro final. And even though this tournament, even the hat hero, the Equatorial Guinea striker, the veteran striker, the veteran from the Spanish division side, Sue. Despite all his performance so far from the group stage, and even his hat-trick against the host, but missing the penalty against the Guinea was the greatest of his career, and he will never forget that. Because even now, the Equatorial Guinea quickly forgot all he has done, but for missing that crucial penalty, now if he had scored that penalty, maybe the tag would have changed. So for a player, if you get the penalty for a player, sometimes you give kudos from players who have the confidence to pick up that challenge, because sometimes some players try to avoid coming in confrontation, just like say in confrontation with the whole country, because we are representing the program, the whole country is behind you. It's like at that time the fate of the whole country is on top of your head, and if you miss your penalty, in short you may not go free.
Exactly. And of course, when we look at Cape Verde through this competition, a very composed side, they've been played some of the best football, and some people are beginning to liken them to dark horses. Do you really think the Cape Verdeans have what it takes to, go maybe to the last four?
I will not be surprised if I see the Cape Verde in the final.
Okay.
I will not be surprised at all, because looking at their performance so far from the group stage to this tournament, from the group stage, and if you're looking at their match from the group stage, they were not just being locked.
Yeah.
They have faced tough teams from day one to this moment. Their first match was against Ghana. Ghana is not just a crucial battle in African football, so they give Ghana 2-0. They also come up against another seven-time champion, Egypt, and they were able to hold Egypt to a 1-1 draw. So they are not just a team that they are being just locked, or the draw was favourable and they were being just locked. They have played all top matches, and if you look at all the matches they have played so far, there's no anything illicit to start, even the students in the final, ready to start. They have already proved that they have what it takes to play up to the final and probably win the competition. So I won't be surprised if we get to the final or eventually won the tournament. But so far, the Canadians, and if you look at it, apart from Senegal from the group stage, they were one of the teams that have perfect, a near perfect record. Apart from Senegal, have 100%, they have a near perfect record. They had to test the defeat, and they still maintain that tradition going on. None of their match have gone into the start. Yesterday, we were hoping that they are going to go for the Mauritania. We'll drag them to the extra time. But where it matters most, they were able to get it knocked and put my pressure. Sometimes some people will say penalty is not. Penalty is not just luck. Something led to the cause of the penalty. It is the pressure that make it to commit such foul. You know, ideally, no player or no defender or no anybody will want to rubbish his country or to put his country in such a dilemma. But it's a pressure. We have no option. We are under a pressure on pressure from the opponent that forced to commit that. So penalty is not just a luck.
Of course, and that penalty, unfortunately, he was committed by the goalkeeper. Because he was the last man. In fact, immediately I saw that infringement, I knew there was no need for VAR. It was clearly a penalty, and you really feel for the keeper because you know his defenders were exactly, you know, and truly. If not for that move, he was already through on goal already.
Yes.
You know, so and being the last man, the referee had no choice but to give the penalty.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you just really unfortunate for the Mauritania yesterday that the short actions, you have short action in most cases that have prevented the potential danger. Okay, like now if you have decided to stand by his goal post, not making a move, you don't have the striker with the ability to score the goal. Okay, since I'm already caught napping and there's nothing I can do, let me just go to the last option. Pulling that probably might get a lock and they not score the penalty. At least several times it happened. For instance, if you recall, when the quarter-final World Cup match between Ghana and Uruguay, Suarez has no any option than to hold the ball. Yeah. Ideally, he's not supposed to hold the ball, but he knows that if I don't hold this ball is going to the net. So and the best, let me commit that blunder, and at the end of the day, pay off. Yeah. So sometimes you commit such a blunder and it will pay for, but unfortunately, it didn't go on the Mauritania way yesterday. But I see Mauritania, they shouldn't be, to me, they don't need to whip over their edge from the competition. They have so far proved their mark, they have so far proved their contribution to the tournament. They were also a force to become in African football.
Of course, the other match, star match where everybody was talking about was defending champion Senegal, who came up against host Cote d'Ivoire. Well, for some people are saying, well, it was a shocker, but for me, it wasn't a shocker because when we even did a preview of this match yesterday, I said it clearly that, look, I have a feeling that it's going to be a very difficult match for the Senegalese. While some people thought maybe it was going to be a whitewash, especially in the 5 minutes into the encounter, Senegalese took the lead, and some persons were beginning to feel this might be another 2-3-0, washing for, the Ivorians, but it wasn't to be the Ivorians, towards the 9 minutes of the game, an equalizer went into extra time, penalties, and the Ivorians through to the quarterfinal, 5-4 on penalties.
Yeah, congratulations to the Ivorians. I said yesterday, sometimes in life, it's not always easy to have a second chance. And when the second chance is through at you, whatever you have to grab it and take the opportunities to move on and to make us what the Ivorians have. Not even only you, not even including myself and every other person. Everybody was hoping that match would be to be another scandalous defeat for the Ivorians, particularly after 4 minutes of the game down. And even the Ivorian fans in the stadium was what kind of useless thing is It's like, we are here again, we are going to embarrass us again. But when the match progressed throughout the first half, the Senegalese were not all able to add to their goal. And if you're looking at the statistics, the possession and everything, they said the Ivorians were having a better possession. And even in terms of attempts, the Ivorians also having a better possession. And the two sides were very careful not to commit, so nobody was caught nothing in the offside. And you look at that, for that the first half, and then going to the second half, now they're saying, well, this game may be another different game. And now at the last minute, if it was not done on the Senegal front, this time now we need to defend the goal. And on attempt to defend the goal, so they were inviting, okay, let's just be able to defend the goal and inviting the opponent to come on there, and there was so much pressure, and that much pressure led to the penalty, wins also cost them, and then they are boring for right, and then eventually go to the extra time, and then they get to do this. To me, yes, if you're looking at the pedigree of the two sides, at Ivory Coast versus Senegal, if you put it side by side, in terms of African record, in terms of pedigree and everything, you tend to say the two countries are heavily met on equal basis. Yeah. But yesterday, because of this current situation, it become one of the shock. Yesterday, it was like a big upset yesterday, but nobody saw it for coming. Based on the performance of the Ivorian in the round in the group stage, and how Senegal did well in the group stage. Senegal had 100%, and Ivorian had managed just by a lot to pass through the back door to come into the second round. As the last, yes, the best loser has also has a degree, has a pedigree. They were the last option. And after swinging the test, let's look at who else again can be married. They were the last option that meet the last chance of the best four loser. And here we are. They beat a team that was so impressive, so fantastic from every record, all every business. And then here we are knocking the Senegal out of it. It was a big shock and a big upset for that result yesterday.
Just like you said, Senegal coming into this competition, the way they started, everybody felt, well, Senegal might just defend their title once again. But it was just like we were discussing before we came on set. It was just like the situation of Nigeria at the last Afcon, where group stage, perfect record, only to be knocked out in
another best loser.
Exactly, in the round of 16. So for the Senegalese, I'm sure that defeat was really a painful one. And from the way it is, I think the host will likely be up against Cape Verde in the quarterfinal.
Not likely, they're already against the Cape Verde. They'll be over against the Cape Verde in the quarterfinal, and that is going to be another difficult counter for both sides. The Cape Verde will definitely find their chances based on their interesting football so far. They come up against their Global City, against their goal and the host, and the goal having the back of their fans. And now, just like a Tinubu administration, they now have their commitment, hope renewed. So having their hope renewed, coming against the Cape Verdean, who have still up to now yet to take any defeat, have a painful record. So it's going to be another interesting ties for the world, not just for Africa, for the world to look up to. Look up to.
Like you rightly said, for the host Ivory Coast having come up this far, knocking defending champion Senegal out is a statement.
It's a statement, of course.
It's a statement win, and other teams who are still in competition will begin to take another closer look at.
Yes. And if you are looking on the terrain, for instance, now, I think no, we are not on the terrain any longer. If there's any progression, we may likely meet in the final. Yeah. So if you are still on the part that you may still need to meet the Cote d'Ivoire on the road, you know this Cote d'Ivoire, this team has improved, and not just improved, they have their hope renewed, they have their energy renewed, commitment renewed, everything about them. They now believe that they will have a team to win this tournament, unlike before. And unlike before, now they have everything to take. Because beating the defending champion, which everybody has team to win the title, is now a statement of fact that yes, they have what to take. And before this tournament, coming to this tournament, apart from Morocco, now everyone was looking at Senegal, Morocco, any other person, any expert within the African or beyond that you have asked, who do you think you're likely going to win? They'll tell you, say, either Morocco, Senegal. But surprisingly, Senegal in the round, they are backing. Probably they are in Dakar now.
All right, we'll go on a break. When we return, we'll give you previews on today's matches. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back from the break to Stage Sports. A bit extra. Plus today, other interesting matches. The final round of matches for the round of 16 will be played today, and first off will be Mali against Burkina Faso, both francophone neighbors, countries who also have very similar, trajectories. Don't forget that they are both ruled by military men, ruled by military junta, but have developed some sort of alliance. But I'm sure tonight they'll put that aside for 90 minutes to, go head to head on the pitch today.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely correct. Certain things have bring this to country. You have become more friendship. First, we are, as an African, we are African brothers. But things have bring them more come closer. To become friendship. Now they are united against the ECOWAS. Some of them are threatening to pull out of the ECOWAS. They have a little arrangement. They are being ruled by military juntas. Both of them talk with their government and their country government. So, but just like you say, that friendship will be put aside today within the next 90 minutes on the field of action and to see who is more military just than the others. But on a serious note, it's going to be an interesting game for the two West African sides. And if you look at it side by side, obviously I think Mali will stand out having a better progression and have a better performance in the course of the game. Because it depends on in the group stage, I think Mali has a better performance in the group stage compared to the Burkina Faso. But just like the football, sometimes it's not always one minus one will give you zero, or one minus two will give you one, or 1 plus 1 will give you two. We have seen that happen several, just like we are just discussing in the case of Senegal versus Cote d'Ivoire. Ordinarily, Senegal could have progressed, but now we have Cote d'Ivoire progressing. Senegal is coming back home, so it doesn't matter what you are performing in the group stage. Whatever fantastic performance Mali might have in the group stage, they have to put that aside and have to comfort their West African brothers and to see who between them who is the better side within the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, for the Malian side, I recall some, few years back, Mali had a couple of, very good players, but in this team, you can't really pick out, fantastic players who are making waves.
Figure name player.
Exactly. Same for the Burkina Faso team. So just like you said, I mean, they are evenly matched when you even look at their pedigree, and none of these teams are yet to lay hands on the trophy. Exactly. So it's going to be an interesting West African affair.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think the best is Mali. I think Mali have severally the best have got is I think they were in the semi-final in 2002 when they hosted played to the semi-final and lost the third place match to Nigeria. At the same time, 2013 they were in the final. No, Burkina Faso were in the final. They were in the semi-final in 2013 against Nigeria. Nigeria crashed them 4-0 in the semi-final, and Burkina Faso for the first time were in the final in 2013. But unfortunately, they lost the title to Nigeria. When that's the time we have their top player Basi, Taura, and several other data. But now, Banzi and Taura. But now you can't say of short of the current spot of the Burkina Faso. But however, just like I say, the two guys so far to me in my view have not disappointed the economy so far. And it's going to be an interesting game to look forward.
First, the last game for today, and which will round up the round of 16 matches, will be Morocco coming up against South Africa. That one too should be another very, very interesting one to look forward to. I mean, for Morocco, in spite of their exploits at the World Cup in Qatar, currently coming to this Afcon haven't really been too impressive per se. And understandably, you can say, well, the terrain African football is, the Moroccans, they play more like Europeans, so you could understand the difficulties they face. And interestingly, they are the last North African side in the competition currently.
Yeah, yes, you are correct. They were the only two North African that progressed to the second round of 16.
Exactly.
Now Egypt is out. Now it remains the only Morocco to give the presence of the North African in the Afcon. And just like I said before this tournament, all eyes were on Morocco, owing because of their fantastic run at the World Cup. But coming to the African, they have not really justified that part that they are one of the best African team so far They are the best African team you put based on their performance at the World Cup. But when they really come to what we are seeing at the so far, they have not really justified that name that they were up or they are the best or they are far better than any African team. They only in their open match, they fought a fantastic standing, having 3 victory against the Tanzanians. Coming against the DR Congo don't give them a reality check. They draw 1-1, and their last one against Zambia, they also struggle to beat Zambia at the 9 minutes. So it clearly shows that they are not really proved that yet they are the best team to look off to this tournament. To me, in my view, they are struggling to progress so far in this tournament. But however, and coming against the South African side, South Africa too has not been too fantastic in this tournament. They were beaten 2-0, Mali beat them 2-0 in the opening match. In the second round, they thrashed Namibia. Trust Namibia 4-0, fantastic outing. I was not surprised by the thrashing of Namibia outing because they were from the same region and at the same time played Musafa tournament together. And most of the Namibia players play in the South African league, so they have understanding of each other. So they were able to take that advantage and thrust the Namibian 4-0. In their last group match against Tunisia, they struggled. They couldn't get that victory. But at the end of the day, they forced Tunisia to 1-1 draw and ensure that Tunisia have to go back home while they remain in the competition. Now, coming against another North African side, they were able to help the Tunisia to 1 draw, and that gives them advantage to progress in the draw. But today, there must be a winner.
Of course.
There must be a winner. And another North African side, where they're going to be able to still hold the Moroccan to the same side. Yes, they have what to take to hold the Moroccan. If you recall, Moroccan after their performance at the World Cup, no, they have normal level. The only thing that has beat them is the South Africa that beat them in this particular Africa Cup competition qualifier. Beat them 2-1 in South Africa. So if not, since after the World Cup, Morocco have never lost the World Cup. But they suffered defeat to the South African side, the Bafana. So in that case, means that there's understanding. They know each other well and know where to cut and where to call and where to call. So obviously, the Moroccan, they call them the Atlas Lions, will not be new to the Bafanas, and the Bafanas are not new to the Atlas Lions.
Like for South Africa, over the year, it's been a team. You don't really know how to really describe them. Their only Afcon came in 1996 when
the absence of Nigeria.
Exactly, when everybody believed that Nigeria would have defended their title successfully, and since then it hasn't been, smooth sailing for the South African side. Even though they have a fantastic league and all of that, and presently in this South African, and over the years too, South Africa too has produced some great players who apply their trade in Europe. But in recent times, South Africa, you can't really pinpoint any of their key players who are playing in one of the big leagues.
No, absolutely, you are right. You can't pinpoint any of them. Unlike the past where you have the lack of McPhee.
They have a good domestic league.
You have the lack of McPhee. Then you have
Lucas Radebe.
You have this one that play for Blackburn and play for Chelsea also. His name is escaping my mind.
Exactly.
Very popular strikers who play for Chelsea, play for Benny McCarthy.
Exactly, who's currently the coach at Man U currently.
We also have Steven Spinner who play for Everton. But now, probably we don't have even the Taori that is being seen as one of their star players. I don't know, he's playing in the South African league. So most of the players in South Africa, most of these teams are all playing in domestic league. And you have like say, South Africa in Africa have the best organized and best lucrative in terms of monetary value in South Africa. But in terms of output coming to provision national team and to come to up, they have never justified. I can liken them to an English team. I can liken them to an English team. I like them to an English in a sense that English has one of the best league in the world. If not the best in the world, but they also sometimes have the fantastic player. But the players seem to achieve that national success is always difficult for the English team. They always make noise. I see that as South Africa. South Africa always make noise, but coming to achieve that national success is always pretty difficult.
And I mean, for these two teams, I think both have won the Afcon just
1-1.
1-1. But for Morocco, it's been over.
It's been over 50 years. Yeah.
Exactly. And even when they hosted in '88, they still couldn't.
There has been no Morocco. The national team won a title, and that's why everybody was surprised that a team that hardly achieve anything within the continent, we become the first from the African to get to the semi-final of the World Cup.
Yes, I mean, interesting.
But apart from that, in terms of club performance, they are just also their club has oftentimes won CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation
League, also
back to back.
Exactly.
Winning as a national team, winning a title in Africa is only difficult. But let's see that it's going to be. But one thing is very certain: either South Africa or Morocco has to leave the tournament. Yeah. But I don't know who is going to leave.
But if you had to put your money on any of them, who will you want to put your money on?
Let's say one has to leave, but I don't know who is going to leave.
All right, that match also comes up later tonight, 9 p.m. It is, while the first match will be in a few hours from now, which will be 6 p.m. So as it stands, it means from today's fixtures, most likely the winner of Mali Burkina Faso will likely meet one of Morocco or South Africa.
The winner of the two matches will meet in the quarterfinals.
Yes, exactly. And for North African teams, maybe apart from Egypt, I realize that whenever the Afcon is hosted in West Africa, they tend to always struggle.
Yeah.
Apart from Egypt, during when they did it back to back, I think they won one of them in Ghana.
That was 2008.
Yeah.
After they won it at 2006, they came to Ghana, won it, and they went to South Africa, the southern region of Africa, Angola, and won in 2010. Yeah. Apart from that, I quite agree with you. Even Tunisia, when Tunisia won, it was when they hosted in 2004. When they hosted in 2004. And Algeria, when Algeria won it, was when in their home, and they won it in Egypt also. Yeah. So the North African always struggle when it comes to the West African side.
Well, we'll see how this match pans out. Comes up 9 p.m. like I said, and on Sports Orbit we will be keeping an eye on that. So for now, that's where we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Hopefully we'll be back again once the quarterfinal matches resume. That will be on Friday, starting with the Super Eagles versus Angola. We'll be here to give you a preview of that and a review of all the results and, of course, some other activities as they happen in the Afcon. Thank you for being in the studio once again.
Thank you, Afcon.
All right, until we join you on our next edition, do have a wonderful time. My name is Afcon, and it's back now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.